So if you're into performance 3D printing, you probably run into issues every once in a while of your filament or your extrusion kind of rubber banding onto itself. Basically, it's cold extruded and it didn't reach the actual melting point. Even though it extruded, it's trying to shrink back on itself. I asked the question, is there a way to solve this? Didn't get a lot of answers from the forums, etc. Other than people saying turn up the heat, and the obvious answers. But I cured that with a Volcano Hotend. Now here's what's interesting about my Volcano Hotend, is that I'm not using the 0.6 or 0.8 or the bigger nozzles that the Volcano is meant to use. I'm using a 0.4 and I'm getting better results than the traditional E3D V6 Hotend. I'm gonna let you see my printer's printing here in the background. I'll let you see that. It's pretty kick-ass. I think everybody should be trying it. So here's my Volcano up close. This print is not going very fast. This is a 3D Labs print. I'm basically using a slicer that they gave, the G-code that they gave me, with a few modifications, but it's really nothing special. When you start high-speed printing, even with a 0.4 nozzle, you run into issues really quick. Cold extrudes, you're constantly up in the temperature, and then when you up the temperature and your print slows down, let's say it's a geometry that narrows out at the middle, then you get overcooked filament. So Volcano nozzle really helps with keeping an even temperature, so you don't have to overcook and overbake your filament for high speeds. Or I should say, you're constantly changing the temperature around to match whatever output you're putting. It'd be cool if there was an algorithm or a way to increase the temperature based on how much the filament's being extruded. So like the faster the filament runs through the nozzle, a higher temperature is used, and then when it slows down, it uses a lower temperature. We're probably way far from that, but I think every printer should have that uses a 0.4 nozzle should use a Volcano heat block. To me, the prints come out more annealed, they come out cleaner. I don't have the retraction issues that people complain about. I never have nozzle clogs. My nylon prints are actually more fused together than they were with the E3D V6. And there's no variables other than it actually being just a small block. You just can't keep up when you really have a printer that can go above a true 100 millimeters a second, especially on vase mode prints. I can haul ass through a vase mode print, and the E3D V6 definitely wasn't keeping up with those kind of prints. If you're on the fence and you're saying, well, what's the trade-offs of the Volcano Hotend over my E3D? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say probably none, really. You can't use the 0.2 nozzle or the 0.3 nozzle. Most people probably aren't going to use that anyways. It does all the things the E3D V6 does, only in my opinion it does them better. Some other things to consider in this video is that I'm using a genuine Bondtech extruder. You can see that right here. All of it's worth the money. The genuine E3D, the heat whatever the hell that's called, the cooling part, the Bondtech. I have a full-size NEMA 0.9 stepper motor. A lot of you are looking at that going, dude, that is huge. That's a lot of weight. Well, I built a printer that's superior. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but superior to a lot of printers. So it can handle the extra weight without shaking the frame. So that's something to keep in mind. You get the E3D V6 and you have weak parts up here or Bowden. I can't say it would be exactly the same. So that could be a variable that I have, an advantage I have over you guys might be using Bowden setups, which to me affect your print dramatically. I mean, if you want to get into it, are Bowdens and direct drives vastly different in their output results? If you ask me, yes, they definitely are. Alright guys, and here's the finished parts 2 days later. I didn't have time to do this on the same day. So these have been sitting here on a plate for 2 days, and like when you get a precision printer, everything stays flush to the bed even after it's cooled. So yeah, if there's any print that I could think of that would showcase the difference between the V6 and the Volcano at the 0.4 nozzle, these thin Lab 3D wings, because they're 1 perimeter wide prints, are definitely what would showcase that difference, and they came out beautifully. So I'm going to end this here and show you my final thoughts on the E3D Volcano V6 actual usage review. Alright guys, so that about wraps it up. This is a quick review, overview, whatever you want to call it, of the E3D Volcano Hotend. I strongly recommend it. I think it's an absolute replacement for the E3D Volcano V6 with a 0.4 nozzle, and you can't go wrong. My prints seem stronger. I can print faster. I can also still print slower. I can use lower temperatures on slower prints, which is a huge thing, that because the material has time to anneal inside the chamber, or absorb the heat, I should say, and it anneals. All around, if anything, maybe the Volcano could be an absolute replacement for E3D themselves in the UK, and just maybe get rid of the V6. I don't know. If you like this channel, subscribe. If you like what I did, hit the like button. If you didn't like what I did, hit the dislike button twice to really show me you didn't like it. Leave a comment, let me know you're out there. I want to make more videos. I really enjoyed doing this quick snippet, and that's it. I heart 3D printing, San Diego, California. Have a great day, guys.